Today's video, we're going to plant some onion sets. We're going to start by cleaning up this bed. So stick around, we'll plant us some onion sets. Well, hello backyard vegetable gardeners. Welcome to the Backyard Vegetable Gardening channel. Today is March the 2nd, 2024. And we sure hope you're having a great day. Today's video, we're going to start a little experiment. We're going to plant some onion sets. So if you never planted onion sets, stick around. We'll show you how. Well, folks, it's a fine Saturday morning here in northwestern North Carolina. It's about 62 degrees. Birds going a little crazy right now. Tried to film this a few hours ago, folks, but I'll be honest with you, I struggled to get all this gear set up outside. We've never done that before. Thought I was going to do something new. Bought a little gimbal. Used it with my smartphone. Works really good. Follows me everywhere I go. Went to set it up with my camera. That was not a happening thing. We're going to have to call the manufacturer Monday and get a little help there. They said our camera, which is the Sony ZV-E10, was compatible with that thing, and it is not. So we're just going to have to figure out if there's something I need to buy and add on to it or whatever, because the camera fits, it just don't balance. But you're probably not interested in none of that, folks. But the only reason I'm getting into all that is because this time of the day we got lots of traffic, so you're going to hear a lot of background noise. I do apologize for that. There's not a thing in the world I can do. The way I started my day off, folks, we went out, we made a little video, and normally go to the church and we have a little Saturday meeting and we get breakfast, hear a good encouraging message. Folks go out and start visiting. And this morning I come out and I shot that video and really had every intention on making it to that meeting. And the video editing part just didn't go as smooth as it should. That little bitty video, I don't know what was going on with the render, but it took forever. And I had already planned on going to the garden supply center this morning. I needed some fine ground pine bark mulch for the citrus trees, some compost manure to make a good blend so I can pot up those citrus trees and move these blueberry plants. And we got some boards ready to build some new beds. And then we was going to come and make a video. Well, got sidetracked. We was in the store, and you know how it is these days, guys. Nobody's ever where they're supposed to be when you need them. And I sat at the store for 30 minutes waiting on somebody just to show up at the register and open the gate so we can get in and out. It's just, I tell you, crazy times we're living in, folks. Nobody seems to want to work, and those who are working seems to be working harder because of those other folks. And man, I'm telling you. But we're in the garden now. Life's a whole lot better in the garden. And today, we're going to start a little experiment. We got all them onions. We started all them onion seeds in January, and they're still growing, plenty healthy. It's the first time we've done that, and I'm telling you, it's not going as good as I'd wanted it to be. It's not as bad as it could have been. All of them are still doing fine. We've had one or two die out where that cocoa core didn't retain as much water as I thought, and I let them get a little dry. But they're still growing, doing good. We're just shooting the juice to them, and they seem to be recovering plenty fine. But while we was walking through the store, we noticed they had some really nice onion sets. Fresh. They smell wonderful right now. And I got to thinking, I thought it'd be a fun little experiment to see how well that these onion sets would do compared to the ones we started from seed indoors. Now, I've still got a few more weeks on those indoors before I can get them out here. But it's still going to be pretty interesting. So I took the plastic off of this bed where we're growing some lettuce and some radishes and a little bit of sage, and I've got to do some cleanup. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to get this bed cleaned up, we're going to lay it off, dig us some furrows, plant us some onion sets. So let's get to it. We're going to start out by removing the weeds, and be careful, there's some calendulas right here. Don't know if you can see them on the cameras at all. But we're going to leave those calendulas that have self-seeded from last year. And all we're going to do is just get these roots out. And boy, I tell you, one of the great things about having a raised bed is how easy it is to weed. If you've ever weeded in the row garden, boy, that is tough stuff. But we'll just get our weeds out here, get the bed cleaned up, and then we'll get our furrows done. All right, so that's got it looking pretty good. So now the first thing we gotta do is we gotta lay it off, and got my handy dandy little tape measure that I keep handy. We just need to make a couple rows here, and they need to go about 6 inches apart here. So what we'll do is we'll take our nice little marker, these used to have marks on it for the square foot gardening, but we don't have them no more. So we're gonna go 6 inches off the side, and you normally want to do about a foot in between them, but due to space constraints, I'm only gonna go 8 inches. And then we'll go to the other side and do the same thing. Mark our 6 inches, and then again, 8 and 16. What I normally do is I drive a nail where I mark those things, but today I'm not gonna get so complicated. And what I like to do is to get me just a few stobs. You could drive a nail in, lay a brick on it, whatever you want. And just put you a quick little loop in this guy right here. What that's gonna let us do is raise it up so we can dig under it and make our little furrow. And we'll do the same thing over here. Just make it a little taut, not too awful tight, just enough to put pressure on it. So once we get our line strung, we're just gonna come through here and get us a couple handfuls of some good all-purpose organic fertilizer. Gonna throw that in there. We're not gonna fertilize these with the liquid fertilizer anytime soon. We're gonna give them a few weeks. So we wanna make sure they got plenty of nutrition. And I'm just gonna put it over the row. No sense to waste any fertilizer. So we're just gonna mix that in. And we're going to take our onions. We're just going to lay them out about every 6 inches. Again, trying to get the big ones, and we'll give the puny ones away. How's that? All right, so now we just got good healthy roots. Dig us a little hole, pop them in about 1 inch. Don't want to plant them too deep, guys. You'll hurt your plants, you'll kill them. So just put them in just about 1 inch. Onions have a shallow root system anyway. Nothing to it. I don't know about this guy, he ain't got no roots. Let's swap him out. I'm sure he would grow just fine. It'd just take him a little longer to develop them roots again. Want to make sure we got some good roots. All right, and we'll water these guys in once we get the next row, once we finish planting our rows. So we'll move our stake over. And grab our fertilizer. We'll scratch it back in. And then we'll put a few more of these red ones in. Use as many as we can, half and half it. All right, guys, we'll move our string back. We'll get started again. You know, a lot of folks when they're starting their garden, they're scared that every little mistake is a catastrophe, when there's a fair amount of wiggle room with this, folks. So don't be too awful scared to mess up. It's all right. And now we'll just water them in. Now, fortunately, where I'm at, we got about a week worth of forecasted good warm weather. Upper 40s in the night, some 50s, in the 60s during the day. Just a great day to be doing this. So we'll be sure to keep these watered really good for the next few days. Make sure these roots get settled in pretty good. Well, folks, I hope the weather is just as beautiful where you're at. You know, I know in some parts of the country it's still really cold, but where we live, we got a good temperate winter. We get a short little snap, about a month or so, month and a half of cold weather, and then a few snaps here and there, but we've got a wonderful climate here in North Carolina. Sorry, folks, all the traffic is picking up, and it bothered me and I got interrupted. So wherever it is you're at, sure hope you're having a good day. Thank you for watching the video. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed this video, please like it, share it with your friends. And if you like gardening related content, please subscribe to the channel. We sure are happy to be with you. Till the next time, hope you're having a great day.